Hi everybody, I am Tejaswin Shankar and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Fresh off of a silver medal at the Asian Championships, but there's a catch. The goal that I had set for myself, I was not able to accomplish that and I'm disappointed. The bare minimum that I wanted to do at Asian Championships was to break the national record, which I did not. Now, since I didn't achieve my goal, I have decided to enter a decathlon in 7 weeks time from this point on. So we'll see if I can get it or not, but I want it to be raw, unfiltered, just as it is, the emotional ups and downs. I want to share everything with you guys. So if we do a quick recap of the Asian Championships, the day before I felt great, I had a good little warm up, and the next morning in the 100, I think I had a really good start, but then for some reason I just faded in the end. Cut to long jump, it was a similar story. My first jump was really good, but then that was it. I wasn't able to convert. And then onto the shot put, I needed that last throw of 13.79, which was a personal best, and got me some good points. We don't have to talk about the high jump. 2.19, really solid off of 6 steps. Now, I had a really good attempt at 2.22, but I have to say I hate the 10km guys because they just kept coming in the middle of my jumping and I had to look over all the time. Cut to the 400. I think I was on pace up until the 300 meter mark. I was feeling really good, but for some reason a bear just jumped on my back and it had to be a big black bear. I hit a really big wall and that was it. That was lactic like I'd never seen before. That was the end of day one. All comes down to recovery, how well you can recover, get some food in the system and just rest, because the next day is going to be full of technical events and it starts with the hurdles. I was actually really happy with the hurdles because I think I had, for the most part, a very clean race, and this is exactly what you want. You don't want to ruin the hard work that you did the previous day. Next up, discus throw. One of those events where it's not about gaining points but just making sure you do damage control. Had a decent toss and all you can do is move on. Similarly, in the pole vault, the goal is to not know height. I was pretty happy with 390 is one of my average jumps, but I did feel that the pole got soft. Oh, javelin, why do you do this to me? One and done, a big one first up, but a marginal foul in the end denied me the gold medal opportunity. The final event in the decathlon, the 1500, it's less about the running, more about the grit. I was able to finish strong and ended up with a silver in my pocket. It's not a gold, it's not a national record, but I was still happy that the streak's alive. Back-to-back Asian Championship medals, I couldn't complain. But the whole reason why this started was to break that national record this season, and that's why we started this challenge for the next 7 weeks. It was a long flight back from South Korea, but the next morning I had to jump in the pool, so I just went straight to the pool to get some movements in without taxing the body too much, just to make sure that I can move around a little bit. And then went on to do some underwater treadmill workouts, just some easy runs, nothing serious, nothing killer, but just to get the legs moving and just get back into the rhythm of training. The next session planned for this week was discus, because I just wanted to get that technique right. Spinning in circles and more 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 circles was what I wanted to do, because the discus was something that I really wanted to fix. The disc and I have always had a love-hate relationship. Every time I try to throw far, it doesn't go far, but when I don't try at all, I feel like I figured it out. The reason we wanted to add discus in the plan was, number one, to get a lot of reps, because again, I just came off of a competition and I didn't want to do too much too soon from a running or a jumping standpoint because my body was not ready. But the disc I could throw all day, and that's exactly what I did. All day. There was a point when I decided that I want to be done, not because I felt good, but just because it was getting late. Finally, on Saturday, the goal was to get my legs reintroduced to some running Nothing serious, but just 9 times 150s with a minute break in between at 20.9 pace, about 80% of my max, just to get the lactic building, just to get the legs flowing, just to get the feeling of getting back into the feel of running again, which was the only running workout that I did in my recovery week, which was week 0. After I finished, it's customary that we acknowledge everybody who completed the workout, because that's just how we roll. Next up, part of my recovery plan was a quick facial, which I'm not into, but thanks to my significant other, she has introduced me to these things, which I might or might not believe in, but it does not matter. Next up was a quick massage, something that's really important. I love getting massages at the end of the week, just to make sure that I'm fleshing out any residual tension in the body, especially this time of the year, especially in week 0, because the goal is recovery. Now that the physical recovery is done, there's also a mental component to things, and to take care of that, I like to hang out with friends and family. And that caps a perfect recovery week for me. Stay tuned for what's next in week number 1.